Welcome to the Spare Parts Racing Podcast, your podcast for all things motorsports. With your hosts, Sean Chavarella, Stephen Clary, and Taylor Moore.
Hear that music?
Hello and welcome to this week's episode of Spare Parts Racing. I'm your host, Sean.
I'm Steven.
And I'm Taylor.
Steven, I'm not going to lie, I try to catch you sleeping there.
Try harder.
Well, I just will, okay? Next time we're in pre-show and you get up to leave to grab something, we're starting then.
Go for it. I'll just make sure to bring up JFK before I leave again.
Oh, okay, well.
You won't be able to start because you won't get Taylor to shut up, and then you'll start debating it.
That's fair.
Okay, rude.
Am I wrong?
No, anyway.
We got plenty of talking about this week besides JFK for Taylor, obviously. We have, for Taylor, we have first images of Lewis Hamilton at Ferrari to talk about. We have some, I guess, NASCAR news. We got a little bit of IMSA pre-Rolex 24 to talk about. And also we have, I think, a big story for this week is the new FIA, I don't know, gag order, I would kind of call it.
Yeah, that's a good way to put it.
We'll get into all that. But first, I think we should start and give Taylor a bone here and allow her to go off on Lewis Hamilton's and Ferrari and let the hype train roll. And let's start on some good vibes today.
It looked great. He looks great. What a wonderful photo. He's officially joined Ferrari, which means that we're going to win the Constructors this season, I guess.
I don't know which photo you're talking about as what a wonderful photo. Because
actually, all of them.
Exactly what I was going to say. Like, the one of him in the race suit looks fire. Him in the car looks great. The new helmet, fantastic. Him out there with his Emperor Palpatine robe.
Yes!
Like, that
I saw
is...
that and I was like, bro is serving. He is serving.
Like, are we just going for full dark side vibes here and just, yeah. We will be the enemies this year. And you know what? If Ferrari actually maybe embraces being the bad guys against, like, McLaren, maybe they can win.
Maybe they can. But I think honestly, I think he's in a good spot. I'm really hoping for him. And like 2 years ago, I would never have said this, but now he's a Ferrari person, so gotta jump on that bandwagon. Here's hoping. I just feel good things for him. Maybe he'll get his 8th. You never know. Would be nice in a Ferrari.
Yeah, you're just being crazy if you think he's getting his 8th, because no one's ever in the history of F1 going to get an 8th title. It's going to be the unachievable goal forever.
Yeah. All right, that's fair. We'll see what happens.
A lot of Ferrari curses have to be broken, and Ferrari has to do a lot to not shoot itself in the foot.
Yeah, that's fair.
But I do appreciate all the hype around Lewis Hamilton with Ferrari. Like, it looks weird, but at the same time natural.
It does. It really does. When I saw the photos, I was like, yeah, this makes sense. This is good. It's going to be really good. And I feel like it's really good, I think, for Hamilton to be there, and Leclerc will have someone to actually learn from. Because I think he could take many notes out of Lewis's book on how to be aggressive, when to be aggressive, how not to be over-aggressive.
I mean, I feel like we know Leclerc knows all those things of when to be aggressive. And he knows how to drive aggressive. It's just usually it's against his own teammate.
Yeah, which is the problem.
But if he's going to be facing Lewis, then it's just going to be that way anyway.
Well, maybe. Let's hope not. I don't know. Look, all right, I'm on a hype train.
I'm not derailing the hype train. I'm just trying to put some safety brakes on there just to be like, hey, you know.
Let me be delusional.
It's not all great.
No, it's fabulous. I like being Delulu.
It was also nice to see, I guess, some kind of F1 news from teams that was kind of more fun. Because this really is like the pit of F1 time where nothing is happening.
The
We're
dead
just
zone.
we're just waiting for the new season, the car launches to begin. So it's nice to kind of get that little bit of, oh, Lewis and Ferrari, everything looks good. This is fun.
Yeah.
Steven, got any opinions, thoughts? You're just staring off into what are you trying to do here?
No, I was trying to remember when the was it F175, because you mentioned the car launches.
Oh,
I was like, what day is that? Because we're like, usually this is when we've got like a couple announcements of
Or dates.
yeah, that's what I mean. Like one team has said, oh yeah, we're gonna do like February 2nd. It's usually one of the smaller teams. But yeah, we gotta wait all the way till February 18th this year. So
Ugh. Boo.
yeah,
It is less than a month away.
It is less than a month, but we could be less than a week in some cases.
I don't ever remember it
Or
being
about a
that
week.
early in February. Like I always remember like 10th to 20th. It's kind of always in that range, I feel like.
Yeah, usually it's like, I've always remembered it's like, oh, around Valentine's Day is when we get like a lot of the car launches. So, yeah.
I have car launches last year.
And like an
No,
actual
I'll
car
be-
launch
so-
versus just like a livery announcement is also two different things, right?
Yeah.
True.
Like they usually
true.
like usually if it's an earlier one, it's just a livery and it doesn't actually show you the car.
Yeah. Well, so I had Alpine as the 4th team on February 7th last year. So
Okay.
just saying. Anywho, we're going down the wrong path here. Lewis's first time on track. I mean, you can't take a whole lot away. He's driving last year's car. Looked great. We'll see how he does in testing and if we say they're sandbagging or not. Till then, I don't know. Looks good. But I guess the only thing is with, what was it? Did we get into the Instagram thing last week with Ferrari?
No, I don't think so.
That
Oh.
cryptic Instagram post. So maybe like there's changes coming. So who knows if this is the actual look that comes out with on the 18th.
Mhm.
I think that
I feel like we
cryptic.
did talk about it.
Yeah. I think someone figured it out. There was 44 windows and 16 tires.
Oh, so it's just a Lewis
I
and
see.
Yeah.
okay, so
Lewis
it's
and Leclerc.
not as well. And there was like the dog bulls for Roscoe and Leo. So
Oh, yeah.
Maybe
So
not
it's
as
just
fun,
them. Okay.
but who knows? Who knows? At the very least, we know this color looks good. We'll see if they go with any different shade of red.
I thought there was rumor that it was going to be a little more of like the burgundy red, like what they had for like their 1000th race kind of livery. Remember that
Yeah.
one?
Yep. Yeah. So we'll see. I don't know. Again, almost a month to go until
Yep.
we
we'll
see
see.
anything.
Yep. And I think a cool thing also with the whole Hamilton going to Ferrari. The story came out this week that he also did a lot of talking with Vettel.
Mm-hmm.
And I guess it was kind of like expectations, like how does the team work? I guess I'm sure there was probably some talk of some nice local eateries, but the fact that those two, I feel, were rivals, I think at one point, and had their fair share of battles on track. That Vettel now is just kind of like that. I feel like he's like that dad of the sport now, where he's kind of around, just giving advice, just talking to guys.
Mm-hmm.
And I think it's cool to see just that kind of camaraderie, even with guys, I guess, still in the sport. Well, like one guy, I guess, who's left the sport, but one guy who's still trying to get that elusive 8th title, 8.5. You can give him a half title, right?
Yeah. Oh, no.
Yeah, exactly.
Ugh.
Anyway, yeah. So that was kind of the big F1 happy news this week. In other fun news stuff that was not F1 related, but NASCAR, kind of F1 related, I guess, in a way. Red Bull is looking to join NASCAR.
Oh, interesting. I didn't
Yes.
see this.
They are joining Trackhouse.
Oh, interesting.
They're sponsoring. Is it SVG and I think
Yep.
Zilich?
Yeah, so that I don't know if that came out earlier or not. I was reading the caption. It's like, yeah, we're gonna partner with Trackhouse and SVG for 5 Cup races this year, as well as Connor Zilich's Cup debut in Coda. I think that was brought
Oh
up.
yeah.
Yeah.
But I was like, oh, exciting, fun.
Yeah. So that's I think they. I can't remember when they left. It was years ago. I remember the old Red Bull cars, and Red Bull was always a great looking NASCAR.
2011.
Okay. Yeah.
It said that it was. Yeah, it says. I'm just on motorsport.com looking at the article. They were a NASCAR team from 2007 to 2011.
Well, yeah, they had
So-
their own team back in the day.
Yeah. Oh, cool though. That's awesome. The livery looks fantastic.
The Red Bull livery looks so good on a NASCAR. It always has.
It actually does.
And I like how the back of it is just like, I think it's the yellow on the one and the red on the other, just to differentiate the two. Again, very clean look, very nice, and just seeing
It's really nice.
Seeing, I guess, an old sponsor coming back to NASCAR is something people should be happy about.
Mm-hmm.
More money
Well,
in
maybe
the
there's
sport
hope
does
that
not hurt.
NASCAR exactly, and maybe it's hope that NASCAR won't implode.
I mean, there's always a chance of that, I feel like, with NASCAR.
It's so true.
But, not imploding yet. In fact, gaining sponsors, which is good. And I feel like this is a good thing for Trackhouse. It's a good thing for SVG. Because I'm pretty sure SVG was Red Bull back in his supercar days. I think.
Well,
Yes,
yeah,
he
it says
was.
that.
Well, that explains how they
is-
got that deal.
Yeah. Apparently, they've been with SVG has been with them since 2016 as I guess one of his sponsors.
Nice.
So just
Yeah.
a natural,
Progression.
coming back together.
But super cool. You know, it'd be fun though.
Is a one-off. Is this the road that Max Verstappen
Just tries a NASCAR for a weekend. Wouldn't that be fun?
That's not terrible.
You know, that would just be fun.
I mean,
What would be funnier is if he did one race, and won that race in a NASCAR.
now that you say that would be a very good thing for Red Bull to do if they had an extra car available, and just decided, hey, we're gonna make a run and put Max in the car like that. Imagine they don't even announce it either; just shows up at the track, true old school. And everyone's just wait, what?
Yeah.
Verstappen's here?
Wait.
Flood the track.
Well, you know what's funny? It's almost like there's an entire project car that's about bringing in guest drivers, and that car's part of Team Trackhouse.
Ooh.
Damn,
Right.
are we on to a marketing thing that hasn't been discussed yet? Because I mean,
Nice.
It wouldn't
We're ahead of
surprise me.
it.
Actually, I want to see the NASCAR schedule. I want to see where.
I
I
mean,
know Coda wouldn't make sense necessarily.
What about the
Probably not.
500? The 500's. Oh wait.
No, 500 is Elio.
Right.
if I was to
The
put
500's Elio.
Max Verstappen in NASCAR, there's one track I think I would do it at.
Where's that?
Watkins Glen.
Ooh.
Okay, where?
Interesting.
That'd be a fun one.
I would go to Watkins Glen to watch that race.
Oh, that'd be amazing. And I feel like it's close enough to big media that it could get a crowd out there. Just saying,
Oh, it
this
absolutely
Red Bull
is.
Trackhouse deal could be worth way more if this happens.
You know what's funny? You know what's funny?
what?
You
What's
look at
funny?
the schedule. You look at the schedule. August 10th is when Watkins Glen is, and
Huh.
there's
Is
the last.
there a
Big
break in
break.
that? In that
There's
time?
no F1 race. There's no F1 race.
Hmm.
Come on. Come on, that would be so
Trackhouse.
good.
If you're listening, make it happen, please.
Do it.
Max Verstappen, if you somehow listen to this, if this somehow comes
Do
across
it.
your ears, get in a NASCAR at Watkins Glen.
Come on, please. It would do such it would do really good things for NASCAR, so it's in their best interest to try and make this happen. B, I think it would be fun just to see Max Verstappen do it, and who knows, he could win, and that would put an end to the whole is Kyle Larson a better driver than Max Verstappen?
Oh, it'd be amazing just to
'Cause,
see them against each other at that anyway.
Yes.
Like, even
Can
if
you
they don't,
imagine?
if neither of them win, but whoever finishes ahead, it's like, well, you see?
No, or do they take each other out in the last lap?
Honestly, if it's a race that means nothing,
Yeah.
Max is out there for fun. Larson's already locked into playoffs. I think they should take each other out just for the drama of it.
Just do it.
And just start fighting. Like, just go
do it.
full wrestling style. Someone get in a car. Try to, I don't know, jump on a guy.
Oh my gosh.
Just do it for the lulls.
Just do it for the lulls.
You got no actual, nothing at stake. What's the worst that could happen?
Mm-hmm.
Though, speaking for the lulls, we were watching the MX-5 before this. I was watching. You were watching, Taylor.
Mm-hmm.
Is that not the absolute greatest series ever?
No, it's the greatest series ever. Hands down, it's the greatest.
It is. They need to bring back, IROC or Race of Champions, either one of those two, and have all of them in MX-5s.
Yeah.
One, those cars can take an absolute beating.
Oh my gosh, they really can, but it's such fun racing.
If I can get into any car and just be told, hey, go have fun, I would 100% get into one of those series.
Oh, 100%.
Okay. I've been saying this for a while, and I now truly believe we are entering that golden age of sports car racing. And the reason I truly believe this is that if you look at motorsports across the world, where does it all start? Grassroots. You need a place to start.
Right.
When it comes to open wheels and formula cars, it's very expensive to get started at that level. You have to go through all the karting, and then you have to go through, get a car, get a team, do a lot of traveling. It's not very cost effective. You can lose a lot of money really fast. Same with stock cars in North America. You have to basically start, I guess, either in dirt or short asphalt tracks, and you got to work your way up, and there's a lot of time, a lot of commitment. MX-5 is the absolute greatest starting point for just getting into sports car series. Anyone, I don't say anyone can win, but anyone can compete. You can be competitive. Yeah. You can have a good run. There was a guy today who was 35th and finished 9th. Okay. That's a great run. And and it is becoming very popular, even among racing fans. Because you've had such crazy finishes in MX-5, you have ridiculous races, you have them trying to kill me in a corner twice.
Yeah.
I'm still not over that.
Oh, yeah, it was them. Well, I mean, trauma. I get it. You were running, quite literally running for your life.
Yeah, I remember who the one that flipped was. I remember the other one, the video of me running. That I think was Heather Hadley going off because she lost a wheel.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I was shit as she hits the barrier in front of us. Anyway, that was a good time. MX-5's fun.
Nothing better than being on the comms and listening to that and knowing where you were. And I was like, oh, Sean's having a day.
Exactly. But because race fans are getting introduced at the entry level for sports cars from all across the world, when these drivers inevitably move up, let's take a Connor Zilisch, for example, hype goes with them. And the natural stepping stone for a lot of MX5 drivers is into other sports car series, whether it's like a Michelin Pilot Challenge or the VP Sports Car. Like, there's gradual steps. And looking at the TV schedule for IMSA this year, so easy to watch. So many of them are on YouTube. Your big races are going to be on NBC and on Peacock, which is so easy to watch if you have those things. Or if you're like me and Steven and do the old YAR, matey. So.
Oh.
Pirate. We pirate them.
Yeah, but it's also going to be on IMSA TV. Like, it's for free on their website. If
Exactly.
You just put IMSA TV.
And you have a fantastic prototypes at the top. Like, you have so many manufacturers. I think there's even talk of Ford wanting to now join the manufacturer list for GTP. And like,
unsurprised.
It's amazing how great this hypercar LMDH era has been for sports car racing. And I can see in 5 years' time, they could be huge. Especially considering, IndyCar cannot essentially get out of the pit box. NASCAR is spinning down the banking of its ride. And everything about sports cars is just going smooth and going fast ahead. I think from the ground up, it's a great time to be getting into sports car racing. And also it's a great time to maybe, be in it as a team or driver and or an owner. Like, it's a good investment for them. It's very good for fans. And part of my pledge for this year has been to watch more IMSA. I'm already doing that, and I'm just like, wow, this is so easy.
It is, and I think that's why IMSA is so likable once you start watching it, because it actually is so accessible. Like, it really is. Like, you can watch it on YouTube, you can watch it on different things. Like, IMSA TV is free online, and they like I guess for us being like where we are in the world, I feel like going to the races, it's a lot more accessible than maybe other series are. It's way less expensive. Like, you don't have to pay as much money for a like weekend ticket to go and see IMSA at CTMP. They don't bring all their cars, but it's still really good to watch, and it's super fun to see. Yeah, it's just, and I mean, a lot of people say that it's like probably some of the best racing that you get to watch, because it's just like pure, right? Like, it's just pure.
It is. They say it's one of the purest forms of motorsports, and there's not a whole lot of money in it, but it's fun. Drivers love to compete in it from all across the world. They like doing sports car racing. If you look at Max Verstappen when he sims, does he sim F1? No, he does sports cars because it's fun competition. And just to kind of prove my point, looking at IMSA's YouTube channel for today, for qualifying for Rolex, 5 hours ago it was live, and up to now it has 165,000 viewers.
Oh, yay. That's good.
For any series, for qualifying on YouTube, that is amazing. And like, if you look at almost any esports, they don't get that kind of numbers. I know esports has been a big thing people try to push as like the next thing in racing. No. You're going to see the growth in IMSA, and you're going to see that series explode in the next 5 years. And I think we truly are just beginning that golden age of sports car racing.
Yeah, I wonder what the viewership numbers are like compared to like Formula E, which is kind of, I would say, like another upcoming race series that I think. Why?
That's hilarious.
Why the balloons? But I feel like for people, it's easier to watch IMSA and sports car racing than it is to maybe watch Formula E. Like, I don't know how accessible Formula E is, but I think it'd be interesting to compare the two viewership numbers to see like what is gaining more traction. Like I think it's sports car racing because it's just more fun to watch. You also see a lot of familiar names in IMSA, especially for the 24-hour at Daytona. I think Kevin Magnussen is there.
Yeah, we have a
Grosjean's
lot of
there.
people.
Yeah.
I sent you a thing that had a whole bunch of like fun names in this year. They got Grosjean, Magnussen, Cindric, Kirkwood,
Right,
Van
yeah.
Gisbergen,
SVG.
Daniel Kvyat, Pelot, Dixon, Fittipaldi, Felipe Massa, Herta. There's a whole bunch of guys who are...
Herta, yes.
Yeah, basically all the big names. Hinch, Townsend Bell.
I honestly, I forgot that Townsend Bell actually, does racing things other than just commentate. But yeah, super fun. It's cool to see. And, all of these big names that are so, familiar in the racing community with other series, there's a reason why they're going to do this. So, yeah. Here is to the golden age of sports car racing.
Yeah, I think that's fair.
And maybe in 5 years, maybe we can go back to Daytona and actually go and watch it live in person. If the United States still exists.
I can make so many hard out to you jokes. Anyway, moving on. I don't want to touch it. It's just not worth it.
Just don't touch it. Don't touch it.
But speaking of dictatorships, okay, so the FIA.
Graceful.
Okay, how else do you get out of that, man? Come on. Yeah. I'm sorry, but so the FIA this week put out some new rules and guidelines. Steven, do you have them?
No.
Oh man,
Okay.
You're the info guy. You're supposed to have the things. Anyway,
you can. It's pretty straightforward. You don't need to know the exact numbers.
That is
for
fair.
each one. You just need to know that basically what it is don't criticize the FIA, otherwise 1 month suspension and penalty points for swearing. Yes.
Isn't it also the highest fines in
Oh, it's like 10,000 euros.
Yeah,
it's like 10,000 euros or something. Or
was it 40,000? I saw something about 40,000 euros. And I was like,
sorry. Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
40,000 euros for the first infraction. Second infraction comes with an $80,000 or 80,000 euro fine and a suspended 1 month ban. Third offense is a recommended 120,000 euro fine and a 1 month suspension plus deduction of championship points.
So
exact levels of. So no, sorry.
Keep going.
We gotta do what crime fits the punishment here. Any words, deeds, or writings that have caused moral injury or loss to the FIA, its bodies, its members, or its executive officers, and more generally on the interest of motorsport and on the values defended by the FIA. Fucking broad as shit. Oh, sorry, I just got a 40,000 euro fine for. I'll see y'all next month.
No, the second one. The second one's you get banned.
Oh fuck! Oh fuck! Oh,
there you go. Oh no! Oh, 120 for you now.
I'm off for 3 months.
Oh, that's unfortunate.
Someone's gonna get a massive bill in the mail being you have been fined 120,000 euros. Oh my gosh.
So in the serious note, this is absolutely fucking horseshit. The FIA is trying to completely censor anything that they don't like. And okay, quick backtrack. Did we not talk about this last month?
Yeah.
As we were saying, a story, one of the biggest stories of ending the 2024 race year was the FIA's power grab and trying to control everything from race directors to race stewards. They are doing all these little things to control onto power. And now you are seeing the next evolution, which is the FIA trying to get rid of any kind of criticism, any kind of dissent. Say you can't say anything bad about anything. You can't even swear. I think also part of it is you can't even like protest anymore. Protests on steward calls are inadmissible.
Oh my gosh. So basically this is 1984. Like quite literally.
Yes.
How they operate in 1984 and that little like, I don't know, it's been a long time since I read it, is what is happening right now with
like,
the FIA.
I understand growing up, Ben Suleiman only really understands a dictatorship. It doesn't mean he has to implement one in one of the greatest sporting leagues in the world. And
It's all, like the governing body of pretty much every single race series. Like almost every single race series.
It's not
FIA
even
regulated.
It's not even just an F1 thing. It is like Le Mans.
Every track.
Yep.
Every track.
World Rally Course. What else are we looking at?
WEC.
FIA. WEC.
I'm assuming WEC.
Formula E is FIA. All of the Formula 2, Formula 3. If you can't even criticize officiating, what are you supposed to do?
But like, and exactly, it's like, where are the checks and balances in the system? Because people make, like, humans make human errors. So building it into a system that you're not allowed to protest and challenge that is a massive red flag. Did you guys read the BBC article that was attached to what Steven sent us earlier?
No.
Okay, so part of that article was, I guess they had spoken to somebody who was part of, I guess like had knowledge of how these changes came to be, and apparently a lot of people in the FIA actually like heavily disagreed with these rules. So it is very much tied to Ben Suleiman and how he wants to run things. But there is like, apparently there was a lot of people who are actually quite against this, which makes sense because it's awful and it's terrible. All of the team principals are apparently very like up in arms about it. But don't want to say anything because if they say anything, they're gonna get fined heavily. So
There was a post earlier by Red Bull.
I did not see it, but in the article it also said an unnamed racing driver says it's complete BS. We all know who this probably is.
No, they made a post earlier and I can't find it now.
Oh my gosh. Oh, what was the post? Do you remember what the post said?
It was something that's like, it had like, I think like the hands over mouth kind of thing.
Nice.
Oh, no.
There's some poor intern who's either fired or getting a lecture over that one. Holy shit.
Yeah, I remember seeing a post for like a Red Bull one. And it was like,
probably gonna get taken down.
Yeah. So yeah.
So the other thing, what I said earlier about like what crimes are fitting these punishments, that was only the first part of a 5-part. Like there's 5 sections for this Article 12, which is just insane.
What are the more sections? What are they?
So the first one is any words, deeds, or writings that cause moral injury to the FIA. So basically, don't badmouth the FIA. Any misconduct as defined under Article 20 of the International Sporting Code, which, well, it's general use of language. So that's the don't swear.
That's the swearing.
Because that's anything that could be seen as coarse or rude or abusive. So again, there goes swearing. Any public incitement to violence or hatred. Okay, you know what? That makes sense. The general making and display of political, religious, and personal statements or comments, notably in violation of general principle of neutrality.
Okay.
Oh, so people aren't.
So
that one's gonna be fun to unwrap.
Hey, so does that mean like George doing his little like cross pose thing? He can't do that anymore. That's religious or something.
Sure. Just can't do it in the Middle East.
Or
Britain,
yeah, fuck
fine.
yeah. That's actually a great point right there.
Doesn't Lewis wear like a cross?
Yep.
Yeah, that's gonna be a very interesting.
I'm pretty
one.
sure he has one tattooed on him too.
He does.
Doesn't he have?
Is he not
Doesn't
allowed
what?
to race
Isn't
because he has like a tattoo?
isn't one of his nose studs a cross?
Yes.
Yeah, and
So-
remember the
Oh,
fight to get
yes.
those taken out?
Oh yeah.
Yep.
If I'm Lewis, I'm just gonna say fuck you and do what I want. Remember when Lewis during the 2020 season had all the Breonna Taylor stuff?
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. That ain't gonna be allowed anymore. You cannot
Nope.
have anything like that or protest or call out to anything. I bet you fucking Sebastian Vettel couldn't have the fucking bees t-shirt.
I was
Probably
just
not.
about to say the bees.
No,
That's
Nope.
that's political.
that's political. Can't do it.
Political.
Because
Care about the environment.
Environment's political, apparently.
Yep.
Yep. Can't.
That is such a gross overreach of fucking power for them to just say, yeah, you can't say anything bad against it, and you can't even see anything bad against us that we did this, or else fines or
Yep.
bans.
So basically, you are no longer allowed to be an individual in F1, is what they're saying. You are no longer allowed to showcase what your personal views are, who you are as a person. So you're essentially stripping away the individuality of racers and their ability to just be themselves.
I could make an argument for this if you're the FIA to say, okay, you cannot do these things at the track. It is nothing that says this is excluding off the track. For example, if you cannot criticize, if I'm doing an interview or a podcast or something and I'm a driver and I say, yeah, I think that was a terrible call. I don't know why I was given a 5-second penalty. That's bullshit. Well, right there, you're talking against them. So you can be fined.
Mm-hmm.
What if I'm just on a podcast swearing? What if I'm doing a live stream? I'm like, oh, fuck, I just got wrecked. Max?
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
So
or
all of
like
a sudden,
where
because you are an FIA driver, are you applicable to this outside the track and in your everyday life?
Yeah.
If you're Lewis Hamilton and you make a protest post on Instagram, is that now something the FIA can take and go, $40,000 fine? Actually, you know what? 1 month ban because you swore last race too. Where's the fucking line? Like, this is, again, honestly disgusting.
So
And
also, just
at
sorry,
this
quick point there.
I think every single driver needs to try to get a ban immediately.
Yep. So quick point there as well. These 3 strikes, the 3 offense levels, is a 2-year period. So you get dinged once, you got to be squeaky clean for the next like
Are you
700 something
serious?
days. Yeah.
That's insane for a 2-year period.
Yep.
Also, if you get a 1 month race ban, depending on the month that you offend, that either means 3 races or no races.
Yep.
Because what if you get your 1 month ban just before the summer break when there's a
That'd
month
be-
break?
That'd be hilarious.
I would plan that. If I'm
Yeah.
Lewis,
Right?
or I will take that $80,000, wipe my ass with that check, drop it on Ben's desk, enjoy the little skid mark on that one, Ben, and I'm going to go enjoy a nice vacation. And this is behind closed doors, so I'm going to say, fuck off to your face.
Yeah.
It just it makes it takes out the fact that, you know, like the adrenaline is pumping, right? And these interviews that you get, those like little clips of drivers reacting, the adrenaline is going so fast through their system, they have no idea what they're saying. So you're basically setting every driver up to fail because okay, they can just like think about what they're saying before, but adrenaline, like, you don't always have that opportunity. Like, you'll say whatever in some situations. You are really, really annoyed at something that happened during the race, guaranteed you're getting a fine. Guaranteed.
Yeah,
Or you just get the exhaustion thing where it was like Leclerc who got fined for 10k euros because he was just like, oh fuck, oh, uh-oh.
Oh
Yeah.
no.
There's two things that you can do with this, as like drivers. There's a very old clip of Vettel in the past basically saying like, hey, if you put a mic in front of anyone in a professional sports in the world where they're moving, there's a lot of pressure on the line, they have to perform, the amount of swearing you would hear in football, other football, hockey,
You hear it all the time.
baseball, basketball, yes. You catch it on live mics in games all the time.
Oh yeah,
So-
those mic'd up videos bleeped out
Yeah.
so often.
And yet in F1, we have drivers' radios broadcasted all the time. So you either have to get rid of drivers' radios altogether and you cannot broadcast them, or you basically have to tell them to shove this rule up their ass.
Mm-hmm.
Let's get another
Yeah.
driver sleepover.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure Max and George are going to come together in this one real fast.
Yep. Also,
Oh,
that
yeah.
was the other.
Oh,
that
yeah.
was the other thing is that this just got issued, and there wasn't really any like
Yeah.
consulting with the drivers of, hey, we're thinking about doing this.
There
Just a
was no
heads up.
consultation
Just
with
there
anybody.
you go. Yep. Which probably makes sense with the last one because we only went through the first 4. That's all like verbal stuff, and I guess not so much to do with actions. The last one here is failure to comply with the instructions of the FIA regarding appointment and participation of persons during official ceremonies at any competition counting towards an FIA championship.
Oh my gosh.
That's
So basically, anything above, even if you don't say it, if it seems wrong, we're gonna ding you.
like, again,
That's just
this is the FIA gag order.
Mhm.
This is as a driver, as a team, as a owner, as team personnel. Shut up. Fall in line. You can't say anything.
Yeah.
That's like it's horrific. It's horrific.
Do not criticize us. Do not criticize any decision making. Do not criticize a track. Do not criticize a promoter. You have to do what you're told, like it, or you'll be replaced. That is what this is. And like, seriousness aside, there's things that we're not going to get anymore, that we already don't get anymore, but like things we had in the past that would not fly under these rules. Any of Yuki swearing.
Yeah.
How many bans would Yuki
Yep.
get? Michael, I just sent you an email. That would not happen.
Nope.
You cannot criticize or even attempt to argue any kind of steward solution. Again, you can't even protest. You're not even allowed to protest anymore. So what else was there last year? I'm trying to think of some things that happened. What if, here's one, you're qualifying and you get track limits? Can you say, oh, bullshit, that wasn't track limits? Or is that a ding? Because you're now arguing and you're arguing a call from the stewards. And we've seen track limits get overturned before, one way and then back the other. We've seen laps reinstated.
And would you saying that another driver cross track limits be a ding because the stewards didn't catch it?
That's a great question also. You see the Pandora's box of just terribleness that this opens?
Yep. So, yeah, another point in the BBC article was that apparently this was pushed through on like a snap e-vote. So it wasn't even like a discussion that people had in a room that they voted on. Sounds like it was like an email. And being pushed through on an e-vote, that doesn't necessarily bode well. But nobody...
Ben going, I vote on this, I win.
Yeah, exactly. but a lot of people at the FIA were against the move. Apparently, the FIA's own drivers' commission, which is separate from the GPDA, was also not consulted. Like, nobody knew about this.
Can people protest outside the FIA headquarters in France?
Honestly, people, please
Race fans, please go to Paris. Just go fucking, I don't know, instead of sing Benny and the Jets, sing Benny and the Muzzle. I don't know. Like, Jesus Christ, it's such a terrible idea. I guarantee this gets walked back before the start of the season.
Probably.
Or
I'm
just looking
clarified
through-
in some way so they don't hurt their image or some bullshit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to look through like F1's YouTube page, and I've already seen like 3 or 4 videos that have like the asterisk for swearing in the like video title, which is fucking hilarious. Gotta love it. Gotta love it.
Yeah,
Interesting.
I'm fascinated to see how this is going to play out.
Well, I feel like if this is still something that's like, obviously it's, if they don't repeal the rules or whatever, I can very much see drivers just saying, I'm not going to answer any questions.
Yeah. Hey, Steven, what was the last rule again?
That'd be hilarious. Hang on.
It's like failure to appear.
That would be like a failure to appear.
No.
It was acting in accordance to for any FIA celebration or event sort of thing.
So if I'm scheduled to do
I would
a
say
press conference and I have to go get my appendix removed, does that mean I failed to appear?
Maybe.
Oh, see, it's just such a...
If I miss a
what mess.
race because of an injury, am I failing to appear? It's such
That
a
one-
slippery slope of stupidity.
Yeah. Yeah. When you make your gray zone so big, people are just gonna find different ways to attack it.
Yeah, well, the purpose of the gray zone is so to leave you with nothing, that you think you have no voice. You think there isn't anything you can do. That's the purpose of having such a wide gray zone. But on the flip side, with the wide gray zone basically means, well, I'm just not going to do anything because anything I can do will probably get me dinged anyway. So fuck you. And I'm really fascinated how this is going to play out with drivers and with teams, and to see what they do in, I guess, fighting this stupid ass rule.
Yep. Anyways, we got like 3 months till the season actually kicks off, and we'll actually get any media
Well,
out of these guys. So
it's FIA. It's not just F1. Like, Formula E is already ongoing. That's an FIA thing. So
yeah, that's true.
we'll see how other series start adapting to these rules. It'd be interesting to see, actually, FIA, if they do start cracking down on guys swearing, because these are the rules.
Yeah. That'll be a weird test subject, but we'll see.
That would be. Anyway, on other news, we have Rolex this weekend, and I am
Yes.
excited
Yahoo.
for that.
Very.
It's going to be good.
Yes. Me and Steven will be, I think, watching it Saturday and Sunday. Taylor, you're welcome
Yep.
to join if you are around to hop on, unless you're doing is your conference thing this weekend or next?
It's next Thursday, but I will be watching it with Peter at his house. Yeah. So
Yeah, again, hop on, you guys, and we can do all that. Maybe we can do a stream too for feeling antsy on it. So yeah,
sure.
we have so much. It's 24 hours. A lot can happen.
Lot
And
can
the
happen.
best part of it is the hours between, I think, like 10 and 6 in the morning.
Yep.
That's where shit gets
Oh
weird.
yeah, those long yellows.
Oh, yeah, that too. Oh, that'd be terrible. But yeah.
The long yellows.
Qualifying was today. You have BMW on pole.
Mm-hmm.
After they kind of, I don't want to say they cheated in the fucking qualifying, but all of a sudden one of their drivers had an issue, and then they had a short delay, and then everyone came out in a quick time to go, and BMW gets pole. How'd that happen? Whoops. Meanwhile, the Acura and Lamborghini almost kill each other.
No
Nice.
fun.
Yeah, they were. I guess just fighting for track position on their last lap because they're both pushing, and the 60 and the Lamborghini like literally touched going into the banking, like almost hooked them. Like it was rear to front, and it was like, oh my god. So yeah, and they bailed out of their laps, and then everyone else passed them. So it was kind of hilarious that they screwed themselves over. So I am looking forward to that. Anyone have any predictions for Rolex? If we're going into this weekend, I want everyone to pick a winner of each category.
Oh, easy.
Okay.
Oh, of each category?
Each category.
Ooh, okay. That means I have to pull up the driver list.
Yep, we will get the entry list for you.
Entry list.
And if you want, you can look at the results of qualifying.
Nah.
Okay. I
I
mean,
never go
it
on
doesn't
that.
really mean anything on a 24-hour race, so.
No.
Yeah, it really doesn't.
does not.
Okay. I'm gonna say
So overall, you can start with.
overall,
I'm assuming it's going to be one of the GTPs.
most likely they are
Pretty
the
safe
fastest,
bet.
I believe. Yeah. GTP. Okay, here we are. Ooh. You know what? I am gonna go with Rexy. I think Rexy is the one in the GTP.
Rexy's LMP2.
What?
Actually, no, sorry. Rexy's a Spike is the LMP.
Yeah,
two.
Spike, the purple one, is the LMP2, and then Rexy,
Rexy's
I
a
believe, is the GTP.
GTD.
GTD Pro.
Yeah.
Right, hold
You're
on.
still in the
Let me go
GTP
scroll.
being the prototype
Ah!
ones.
Here we go. Hold on.
Man,
got there.
I thought you knew IMSA, Taylor. I thought IMSA was your bread and butter. I'm keeping this in there, by the way.
I'm gonna go with Lamborghini. Why not?
Bold Lamborghini in their first race.
Yeah, I'm gonna
With
go
Roman
with
Grosjean
Lamborghini.
and Danny Kvyat. Ooh.
Oh, I know. That's why
Yeah,
she's
why
picking
not?
it. It's Grosjean. I
Yeah.
see. I see.
Yeah.
John?
No, it's actually for Mirko Bortolotti.
Yeah, I'm gonna pick the 60. I'm picking
Fair
accurate.
enough.
Blomqvist, Braun, Dixon, Rosenquist. That's a good lineup.
That is a very good
That's
lineup,
good.
and they looked fast in qualifying and screwed themselves with track position.
Yep. Well, they start 6th, so that's not a bad spot to be.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go. I think I gotta go with the 40 with the Cadillac Wayne Taylors, Jordan Taylor, Louis Delatraz, Alex Lynn, and Kobayashi. I like that
Nice.
lineup.
Okay.
I like that lineup.
That's a good choice. Good choice.
There's Cadillac. They kind of haven't cruised recently, so we'll see.
Yeah, you can always hope.
Do you have an LMP2 team?
Ooh,
I'm gonna go with the 04 CrowdStrike.
It's not bad.
Colton Herta.
CrowdStrike's fine. Yeah.
Colton Herta.
Didn't they
why
win
not?
last year? I think they won last year, actually, the LMP2.
I think they did.
Yeah.
I think they did.
I was going to go with the Pratt Miller, number 73. Ilott, Cumming, Rowe, and Fittipaldi. That's
Yeah,
a
that's a good
fun
lineup.
young lineup, and I think that would be a good one.
that's good. That's an interesting lineup too.
I know, right?
In terms of like, usually with with most of these, they have at least 2 guys from the same country. That one's all over the map.
Let's do it.
Oh, that's fucking hilarious. Where's the 74 starting 8th? 74 might not be too bad.
Again, it's 24 hours. Anything can happen. It just...
I know.
Anything can happen.
Pick somebody. I think I might go with the 43 though.
Okay.
Starting at the back of the pack. It's Dillman, Field, Felix DaCosta, and Garg.
Okay.
Garg.
I also I like the GTD and GT Pro because despite qualifying separately, they start based on just time.
Yeah.
So they're a mixed field to start, and it's fantastic. Do the Fords look good? in qualifying. But
Okay, what have we moved on to?
GTD,
GTD Pro.
Pros.
GTD Pro.
Yes.
Okay, are we doing both at the same time?
Yeah, I think so. We can pick one of each. Pick your GTD Pro. And for my Pro one, yeah, I'm probably gonna go with a 64.
I am surprised you said that.
Why?
I thought you would have taken the 91.
Why the 91?
Your boy Connor Zilic.
Oh yeah. As much as that could be a good one, the Ford looked good.
Yeah, that's
So I'm gonna go with 64. They're on pole. I think they have a good chance. So yeah. And
Fair
then
enough,
my
I'm fine with-
GTD team,
Okay.
I'm picking the 12.
There you
12.
go.
What?
Kyle
Parker
Kirkwood.
Thompson.
Okay, there it is.
Parker
it's Parker
Thompson,
Thompson.
Cal
Oh,
Kirkwood,
Parker Thompson.
Jack Hawksworth, Jack Hawk 9000.
Okay.
Does no one remember those memes? Oh
no.
That's disappointing.
No.
I remember when,
9,000.
yes, and it was the thing of Jack Hawksworth as the knife. Anyway, yeah, I'm going for the 12. Those are my two cars.
Right on. Okay, so we already know my pick for the GTD Pro. I'm gonna go with Rexy, the 77.
Yeah, no surprise.
And for my GTD, I don't know why I'm choosing this, but why not? I'm gonna go with the 83, the Iron Dames.
That's not a terrible pick, actually. I was thinking of them too.
Where are they starting?
45th.
11th. Yeah,
In class.
11th overall in class. So
Yeah.
right in the middle.
So I'm gonna go with the Iron Dames. Female power.
That's fair.
All right, I'm gonna take the 91 Trackhouse for GTD Pro because I like that
Fair.
lineup of Keating, Zilic, McLaughlin, and SVG. And then special shout out as always to the 9 because they have Hinch.
Oh, they're gonna be terrible. But anyway, yes.
Faf always sucks in the fucking
and then-
Rolex.
I know. That's why I didn't pick them. But
Yeah.
Hinch always gets a special shout out.
That's fair.
And then for the GTD, I think we can go with the 32, running the Mercedes GT3.
Fair enough.
Fair enough.
Got another Canadian Daniel Morad on that team.
That's okay. Fair enough.
Oh, interesting choice. Okay, anyway.
I mean, Morad has won it twice, so.
Yeah, I know. He has won it twice.
Also, shout out to.
Trust me, I know.
Yeah, does he like to bring it up, or does Peter like to bring it up?
No, Terry likes to bring it up.
Oh, Terry likes to bring it up. Okay. I was gonna say.
know that lore.
I want to shout out also the Aston Martin 007 car.
Oh yes, yes, right. The 007 car.
That's great. I think it's the only Aston Martin. Oh, there's another one. Never mind. But yes, the 007, great number on an Aston Martin. Starting pretty well too. Maybe they got a shot.
Maybe.
But yeah, we shall see. Steven, you writing all these picks down?
No,
Okay, well,
I'll listen back later.
okay, fine. Okay, yeah, I think we're all set for this weekend then. Is that all we got?
Yeah, everything else we can do later on as we get it's more series related news. We can deal with it because that's not going to happen for another 2 months. Well,
That's fair.
another month or so.
Sorry, I just got a message here to read. Everything we said involving the FIA's new sporting code is completely fabricated and was AI. We believe everything Ben Suleiman says is the greatest ever, and he will never lead anything astray. Is that good?
All hail the FIA.
They are pointing guns at me. Okay, and on that note, thank you very much for listening to this week's episode. We'll be back next week to talk everything about the Rolex and whatever else happens, and hopefully we're not silenced by then. Thank you, and goodbye.
Thank you for tuning in to the Spare Parts Racing Podcast. Remember to subscribe so you don't miss an episode, and follow the show on Twitter at Spare Parts Racing. That's Spare Parts RACIN. and on TikTok at sparepartsracingpod. Follow the hosts at Sean Chavarella, at Stephen Clary, and at Tay Moore.